Okay, what's up? I had to restart my stream since I was lagging. I'm on my phone internet again now, so should be fine. Okay, I'm back. Okay, that is the picking stage done, and it seems like OG picked a Visage. Visage not very meta at the moment, just because doesn't have a good laning stage. After that is fine. His laning stage is just pretty terrible. But Origin clearly thinks they can pull it off. The Visage and Potatoes with a very aggressive lineup so far. It's Pugna, Nightstalker, Earthshaker, very aggressive heroes, and then they do have some late game as well with the Weaver and the Troll Warlord. And 6-6 clearly has a lot of Visage games, more than 100 with more than a 75% win rate on Visage, so I'm expecting a lot here from you.
Prepare for battle.
Seems like Weaver does have the shared tangos, which suggests it might be a Weaver mid, and it's not going to be a carry Pugna. I thought it would be a mid Pugna, but it seems like it's going to be a support Pugna. Pos 5 Pugna in that, so maybe a little bit too much of a greedy support to put on Pos 5 in my opinion. But we'll see what they manage to do with it. And it's actually going to be a support Earthshaker as well. That one's not surprising. The Pugna is surprising though. And it seems like both teams are playing the bounty rune game pretty passively at the moment. Maybe Machine and Mr. Chaos will try and contest this against the Alchemist. It would be pretty cool if he can manage to get a wall off to block off the Alchemist. Never mind, Alchemist already crossed, and it seems like bottom lane Origin Esports is going to contest the rune. Yeah, and it should be a rune for Origin Esports, so Alchemist, top lane, he's trying to get the rune, he's going to be able to. Bottom lane, that's going to be a rune towards Potato, so both teams getting 2 runes in the end, should get 2 runes in the end, yes they do. And Potato's trying to be a little bit aggressive there in the top lane, not quite managing to steal the rune, but I like the way they are thinking. And Weaver doing a good job out-clicking, who was it, out-clicking the Lina or the Sand King. And this is a Pos 5 Lina. Pos 5 Lina should be interesting to see. I'm pretty sure the same person who played Pos 5 Lina is playing Pos 5 Lina now, played in Pos 2 previous game, so that's pretty interesting. How it just goes from Pos 2 to Pos 5. Or Pos 4 rather. Lina, bottom lane. Pugna should be a little bit careful here. If Lina gets the stun off, this could be a kill onto the Pugna. Pugna dropping pretty low. He does use his Q though. And the Fairy Fire. Maybe this is a first blood. This is a first blood onto the Pugna. Lina is going to fall, but that's more than worth it, as they do get a first blood onto Gambino. The carry player, the offlane player for Origin Esports. Troll Warlord. Really low at the moment. Sand King, 5 seconds for his next stun. He's going to be able to escape here, and the Nether Blast for Pugna is off of cooldown, but it's not going to be enough to get a kill. Lina, meanwhile, very aggressive onto Troll Warlord. There is a Sand King stun available. They do stun the Troll Warlord, and that's a kill onto Troll Warlord again. Troll Warlord being a little bit too aggressive there, and that's a Lina stun onto Pugna as well. Lina stun, one of the lowest CD level 1 stuns in the game, and it's showing this game just complete aggression, and also doesn't take a lot of mana. 100 mana, 500 mana pool makes him a pretty decent support. Machin, top lane. Seems like they do want to play this lane quite aggressively, but Origin isn't letting them play it so aggressively as they would want it to. And this is a Weaver mid, mind you, so Weaver mid could be pretty strong. It is against the Visage though. Visage does have the armor, so it's a pretty good counter to Weaver mid if there is a counter. And Lina, top lane, is dropping pretty low. He did try to stun off the creeps and does have quite a bit of move speed, so he should be able to just run out here, and that is space created from Lina. Potato, middle lane, is gonna try and get that last hit. It does get the last hit. Top lane though, Grimstroke does get a double stun off onto Earthshaker and Machine. Machine is dropping pretty low here. He does re-engage onto Vox a little bit there. And Lina creating space, dropped pretty low, and he's going bottle as well, so he does have quite a lot of regeneration now, and he'll be able to keep being aggressive. He does have a invisibility rune here, which he might try and use to kill the Weaver. Remember, if Weaver uses Kikuchi one more time, he's not going to have enough mana to... Okay, he did actually use it one more time. He doesn't have Kikuchi anymore, so this could be a Weaver kill. He does get the stun off onto the Weaver. Weaver already getting back quite a bit though, so that should be Weaver escaping. Still quite scary stuff there for the Weaver. Lina applying pressure everywhere on the map, middle lane, bot lane, and Machin is trying to farm now, but he doesn't have a lot of regeneration items left. In fact, he doesn't have any regeneration items left, so that should be quite scary for Machin, as a little bit more harassment and he'll have to go back to base or die. Sure, Warlord does have the support from the Pugna, and he actually managed to drop Sand King pretty low here, so Sand King should be careful. He does have 2 mangoes available and probably a salve on the way. Top lane, Grimstroke does go on Mr. K. Mr. K is dropping pretty low. He's forced to use the fissure defensively here, and that's going to be enough for him to escape. Bottom lane though, it seems like they do get the kill onto the Sand King though. Very well played there from Troll, Warlord and Pugna. Sand King maybe overstaying a little bit there. Middle lane 6-6 and Weaver exchanging damage. If Weaver sees the rune, the top rune, the DD might be pretty strong again on him. And it seems like Vox wants to maybe try and make a play towards mid or towards the bounty runes. Now he's going to the bounty runes, 5 seconds to the next bounty, and Earthshaker does have the stun available. He's going to use the stun, but Vox, is it going to... Wow, Vox actually still gets the bounty. The fissure only level 1, not stunning for long enough, and that's going to be quite unfortunate for Earthshaker there. Gambino, he does get harassed here quite a bit with the Nether Blast and the slow. Does have his invis though, and it doesn't seem like anyone on Potatoes have the detection to be able to spot him out. Lina also rotating in. He can give Gambino a bottle. He isn't, but he can. And then top lane, okay, middle lane, sorry. Middle lane, Weaver does not have a lot of regeneration. Alchemist though in the top lane, he does have the Ink Swell on him. He's going to go on Machine. It's going to be a full duration stun onto Machine and Mr. KS. Earthshaker trying to aggress a little bit onto the Alchemist. Alchemist faking it out a bit, pretending he wants to get back, but he knows he can get these kills. And that's going to be a kill onto Mr. KS as well there in the top lane. So very nice rotation there from Lina. Again, I thought it's a mid rotation, but it is a pause for Lina, so more than a rotation you're willing to make on the side of Origin Esports. Meanwhile, it seems like Troll Warlord did die in the bottom lane to the solo Sand King. Not something you want. Potato, middle lane, is trying to farm these 6-6 familiars, but 6-6 is wise to what he's doing, and he just smacks one down. 2 heroes are currently shrining for the side of Origin Esports, and they're going to be back up to full, and it seems like TXT is going to start just straight up jungling now. 45 lost hits in 7 minutes. Make that 47, 48, 649, and that's going to be Mr. KS not even managing to get the D ward, as that's a deny from Vox. Complete and utter deny there. And Lina. Actually, Pagna dropping. No way. Double kill for Sand King in the bottom lane, in a solo lane underneath a sentry. Wow, okay. That's not something I expected at all. I'm not sure how that happened, to be honest. Middle lane, Gambino does get the stun. Does get stunned. He does have his ultimate as well, so he should be rather safe here. Top lane, Alchemist does have his ultimate active. He's gonna harass Mr. KS quite a bit. Couple hits coming in onto Mr. KS, and this is gonna be a Lina rotation as well. So maybe this wraparound might be enough to get the kill. Machine dropping pretty low. Mr. KS maybe a little bit out of position. Oh, the Lina stun misses, and that's gonna mean they do not get any of the kills there. Pagna, bottom lane, does have Tangos. He's not using it though. If Gambino stuns him once, he's dead. Familiars doing quite a lot of farming now with the Medallion of Courage. And it's a mid Visage. I'm really happy to see a mid Visage. Something different, something I haven't seen in a while. And Machin is top lane, trying to harass the Alchemist, but Alchemist 54 regeneration per second. It's not gonna work. Lina, a lot of damage onto the Pagna. Pagna does have his Nether Ward, and he does have his Nether Blast as well. Troll Warlord is going to get a slow off onto the Lina. They might try to re-aggress here onto the Lina. Lina trying to get the stun off, but Pagna does get back in time. Lina is extremely slow, by the way. TXT, pretty low mana, almost has his ultimate again. And that's fortunately a clarity onto TXT, something he desperately wanted. Bottom lane, the Spagna needs to be really careful, as well as the Troll Warlord. Lina seems like he knows Troll Warlord should be around here somewhere, as he does ping it out as well. And Troll Warlord does run straight into the Lina. Lina almost gets the stun off. Mr. KS gets the wall onto the Lina. Lina stunned off. That's going to be a kill onto Lina. Maybe not. The stun is enough to save him, and Gambino gets the kill onto the Pagna as well. And Lina somehow escapes there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Very unfortunate for the side of Potatoes. And it's going to be 4 runes, I think, for Origin Esports as well.
Flesh sustains, gold remains.
Money to burn.
Double damage.
Double damage rune now for the Earthshaker. Not going to do much, but at least denies it from the Lina. Top lane, Pat is playing pretty aggressive here. He wants to try and get kill somewhere on the map, realizing he is 8k net worth behind at the moment, and Gambino somehow getting all these kills in the bottom lane and me missing literally every single one of them. Top lane, Alchemist, pretty aggressive onto the Pagna. Pagna actually drops pretty low there and is aggressive onto Machine as well. Anyone who tries to contest him, he just hits a couple of times and then they run back again. Yeah, Pagna, he needs to shrine now or get back. He does use the shrine. Bottom lane, Troll Warlord, very aggressive TP, he's gonna die here, it's not even... Okay, does get his ultimate off at the very least, delays the inevitable by 6.5 seconds, gets some extra damage off onto the Lina and does die in the end there. TXT getting a pretty aggressive acid sprayer onto Machine, and oh, he just got his Radiance. This might be enough to get the kill. Okay, decides not to dive, rather not dive. They're already leading by quite a bit. Earthshaker is here, he does have his wall, but I really don't think Alchemist is afraid. He clearly isn't. 5 hits would kill him, would kill the Earthshaker. And Gambino just pushes the bottom lane with the Sand King. Standard stuff. Gambino does get the stun off onto the Pagna, but he is going to die there. Does get the tower, more than worth it for the Sand King. That's going to be a last hit onto the tower by TXT in the top lane. Visage, mid lane. He does have his familiars. It's going to just melt the tower. One of them should be smacked onto the ground right about now. Both of them get regeneration. And Lina is going to try and run away. He should be able to. Yes, he does. And top lane, Alchemist is still pressuring that tier 2 tower top. And he has a Radiance now as well. So just farming at immense speeds. Middle lane, Rod of Atos onto the Weaver. Oh, the stun barely misses. That would have been a dead Weaver if the stun did not miss. Vox is here as well now. He does get the silence off onto the Weaver. Weaver cannot ultimate for the time being. And that's a Laguna Blade onto the Weaver. That's going to be a dead Weaver. Pugna out of position here. He does get Rod of Atos. It's going to be perma stuns here. And that's a kill onto Pugna as well. Very well played there from the side of Origin Esports. And that's going to be the tier 1 tower mid and more than 12k net worth lead. More than 13k now. 1k net worth for every minute lead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alchemist still being aggressive in the top lane. He hasn't left the top lane yet, and that's going to be a Rod of Atos somewhere. Okay, that's onto the Earthshaker. Earthshaker definitely dead here, and that's going to be a blink from the Alchemist as well to ensure the kill and to get even more farm onto this Alchemist. If we have a look at the net worth so far, Alchemist almost more than double everyone else's net worth this game. And bottom lane, Troll Warlord's actually pushing quite a lot here. That's going to be a Sand King stun and an Epicenter onto Troll Warlord as well. That's going to be quite an easy kill for the Sand King. Lina not even necessary. Vox maybe a little bit out of position here. He is going to manage to escape and gets the ultimate off onto the Weaver and Mr. KS. Mr. KS dropping pretty low. Weaver manages to escape here, but that's going to be a kill on the side of Origin Esports, and so they want to go onto this Pugna as well. Pugna dropping pretty low. One more hit should do it, and that's a double kill for TXT on this Alchemist, and he's just diving. He doesn't care. He wants to go on the Night Stalker here as well. Night Stalker also dropping pretty low. Is he going to dive the tier 3? No, he's not going to dive the tier 3. He's not going to be that stupid, but Weaver wanted to get 66, but he doesn't even manage to get him ranged for Troll Warlord. One more hit should do it. One more hit. Come on, he does use the phase boot, but Visage is pretty fast at the moment, and that's going to be a move speed buff as well. And 66 somehow manages to escape there, and now they want to aggress back onto Troll Warlord. 66 does get the armor reduction off onto the Troll Warlord, and Troll Warlord does fall there. While somehow 66 escapes, and that's going to be a dead Troll Warlord. Lina, fortunately, not tipping the Troll Warlord, tipping his teammate, doing the right thing.
I'll take your tribute.
Although I do appreciate a little bit of banter here and there. Mr. KS, he is underneath. Okay, it's his own ward is underneath, and they do manage to de-ward the side of Origin, but that ward did more than enough work already. Mr. KS here, top lane, maybe can get a good Echo Slam off if Origin Esports stays grouped. He does get a wall off, he actually blocks himself out though. And Origin Esports has a really aggressive ward here, so that Echo Slam would never have happened anyway.
Illusion.
And this ward for Origin Esports just doing everything they wanted to do. That's a Visage going on to Earthshaker in the middle lane. Rod of Atos and the W nuke will be more than enough to kill down the Earthshaker in the middle lane. Earthshaker overextending there a little bit, while Sand King is pushing out the bottom lane as well. So at the moment it seems like Origin are somehow pushing 3 lanes at the same time. That's another Rod of Atos onto Machine here. Machine should be careful. He does manage to run out though, but still this Rod of Atos is doing so much work. Pugna wanted to go on 6-6, but he does manage to stun off the Pugna. 4 euros on top of 6-6. His 6-6 is dead, but he does have Alchemist rotation coming in. Alchemist does have the ultimate with the Radiance, and somehow they burst Alchemist as well. Grimstroke ultimate gonna be enough with the Lina ultimate to maybe kill down the Troll Warlord, but Lina actually going to drop here as well, and that's 4 kills for the side. Epicenter for Gambino. Everyone dropping really low now. Weaver extremely low, and that's gonna be another kill for Gambino. That's gonna be quite a good fight for the side of Potatoes still, even though it's not exactly as good as they would have wanted it, with that Sand King epicenter in the last second getting a lot of kills now. And this ward for Origin Esports just doing so much work. Somehow it hasn't been dewarded yet. Troll Warlord is pretty deep. If they find him, he's definitely gonna die. He should phase boots immediately after this Grimstrike. He is smoked up, or he's invised up, and whew, Troll Warlord barely manages to escape. No, don't go for the last hits. Okay, does go for the last hits, and this is gonna be a dead Troll Warlord. Alchemist is missing his hits for now, but for some reason Alchemist not quite going on him yet. I don't know if he thinks there's some heroes closer. They don't really have the vision to contest the Troll Warlord, so maybe... Okay, Troll Warlord still farming in the bottom lane. He had 3 opportunities to survive we really shouldn't have, but now this should be a dead Troll Warlord, as Alchemist does have his stun off of cooldown and a blink dagger. And some reason the Troll Warlord's actually juking them out quite a bit, and finally they do get the kill onto onto the Troll Warlord, and Alchemist stuns himself there, so they do get the kill eventually, but it was maybe a little bit of a space created from the Troll Warlord. Mid lane, Pugna does get stunned up by the Sand King. He's gonna decrypify himself to delay it a little bit, but he does die there, and that's gonna be 2 kills for the side of Origin now. 2 heroes down. Hulle, ek kan met my asseblief nie nou bal, ja. Ek weet nie, is by Bernard. As jy bal dan hou die stream op, want ek streamer my phone, bye. Okay, I apologize. My internet keeps going off. I'm literally on my phone internet, and even that keeps turning off, but I am reconnecting at the moment. And last time we checked, Origin Esport got 2 kills onto the side of Team Potatoes, or Potato Squad.
Double damage.
Lina does get the stun off onto the Weaver. Weaver might actually die here. They do try to aggress onto Gambino. They are going pretty deep to get the Sand King kill, and Sand King is extremely tanky. He does have that Crimson Guard, and Gambino's still not dead with the magic wand as well, and somehow he still survives, and he's gonna epicenter here as well onto 4 heroes. Gambino doing so much damage. Echo Slam, and that's gonna be 2 kills for Gambino. Somehow survived so long that the entire squad of Origin could manage to kill off the entire squad of the entire Potato Squad. Meanwhile, Alchemist pushing top. He's gonna get this Rax most likely if no one buys back on the side of Potatoes. That's a troll buyback. Earthshaker is back in 5 seconds, so I'm guessing he's not gonna buy back. Yeah. Good. Earthshaker almost has his blink dagger, but it's not quite gonna do, I think, what he would want it to do, as he still has that level 1 ultimate. Lina middle lane, just farming really aggressively and getting away with it, since Origin are so strong at the moment. More than a 31k net worth lead at the moment for Origin. 30k now. And Origin, I wonder if they are gonna rosh and just end, or if they're just gonna end. Not exactly sure. And then what Potatoes plan to do on stopping them, because they definitely can't take a high ground fight. They're gonna have to smoke up and maybe get a pick off on the Alchemist. They're gonna have to do something strange. Troll Warlord out of position here. That's gonna be a Rod of Atos onto the Troll Warlord and a silence. He's just gonna mount here, as that is the Visage Familiars and the final nuke coming in from Visage. 6-6, getting yet another kill. 5 for 1 now on the Visage. Top lane. They wanted to go on the Alchemist, but he did BKB TP out as well. And that's gonna be Origin Esports just sieging high ground. They know that Potatoes do not have the Troll Warlord now. He did use his buyback and still playing it pretty safe now. They don't want to play too aggressively. At the very least, just wait for the creep wave. Weaver is trying to do a little bit of a wrap around here, and he's going to run straight into 3 of them, and Gambino is immediately going to stun him with the silence and the Rod of Atos, and he just pops. Alchemist does charge up his stun though. He's going to stun onto 2 heroes there with the Grimstroke ultimate, and that's going to be a lot of damage onto them. So the Alchemist stun has area of effect, and it does 360 damage. So if 2 heroes with Grimstroke ultimate stand so close to each other, that's 720 magical damage on both of them. So that comboed pretty nicely there.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
And more than a 40k net worth lead now. This should be GG for the side of Origin. I think Potatoes maybe just delaying the game just a little bit, just trying to enjoy the last bits of AoN League. They did do pretty well. They came in the top 16 from 36 teams, so that's about in the top 40%. So well played Potatoes. You guys had a good run. You did decently, and they're gonna just try some weird run at them like animal strategy now, probably just try and enjoy the rest of the game. Gambino does have the blink. He does know Weaver's going on him, and he just blinks out. And things are a bit calm now after Origin Esports that managed to get the mega creeps. They managed to get the mega creeps, and now it seems like Potatoes, they just want to have fun for this last little bit of the game, maybe get a smoke up and just do something weird. Meanwhile, Origin are destroying the shrines of Team Pepega. Team Pepega, what are they gonna do? Seems like Troll Warlord really wants to be aggressive. And bottom lane, Alchemist just sending illusions towards Team Pepega, seeing what they can do about it. Lina, Yule Scepter onto Nightstalker, does manage to get the stun off. BKB from Alchemist is going to be enough to kill off the Nightstalker. That's going to be a double Grimstroke ultimate onto the Pugna and the Troll Warlord there. That's a root onto Earthshaker. Oh, he really wanted to get his Echo Slam off, but he couldn't quite do it. And that's going to be a dead Troll Warlord as well. That's a buyback from the Nightstalker as well. Nightstalker is pretty tanky though. We can't quite see him because the map's not allowing me to. But Nightstalker does manage to fly back to base. And that's going to be Pugna. Life draining Gambino in the bushes. It's not going to do enough damage though. Gambino extremely tanky on his Sand King, and that's going to be mega creeps attacking the throne. And that's good game, well played from the Troll Warlord. Well played. That's going to be OG Origin advancing to the quarterfinals of AoN League. Very well played.